Welcome to the Green Utility Webcast. I'm Stephen Anderson, contributing editor for Public Utilities Fortnightly. One of the fundamental knocks on solar generation is, of course, intermittency. To overcome that problem, researchers at the National Renewable Energy Lab are studying a number of ways to store solar energy. Some of them are remarkably simple, like using solar power to pump water uphill during the daytime and then letting it flow back out of reservoirs at night, powering hydro turbines. Other ideas are more high-tech. I spoke with Michael Woodhouse, an NREL analyst who focuses on PV economics, about one of the more far-flung ideas, converting solar energy into hydrogen to get what might be the ultimate clean power.
The good thing about hydrogen is that, at least hydrogen produced from water, is that it's a completely reversible process without any pollution involved. You could, in principle, use your PV system to produce hydrogen, store it, and then run a fuel cell for base load power or load leveling. If there was something like a cloud passing by over the PV system, in principle, the fuel cell system could kick in to pick up the slack of the intermittent solar. The only challenge there is just a question of cost. The technology's there, the principle's there, we know how to do it. It's just a question of getting the cost of that to be competitive with other sources. There's a couple ways that you could produce the hydrogen. One is you could just use a PV technology that already exists, that's already ready to be used at full scale, and you could just hook that up to an electrolyzer. The problem there with those electrolyzers is sometimes they're using metals inside of them that are kind of expensive, sometimes things like platinum. The other option is to take the solar cell and immerse it directly into the electrolyte solution and produce hydrogen that way. Basically, it's just a question of finding the right materials that can do it efficiently but are also cheap.
In a lot of ways, materials and manufacturing processes are the real crux of PV research. The good news is, those costs are shown to decrease steadily and even predictably over time, so what seems like an expensive solution today could be cost competitive just a few years down the line. For Fortnightly's Green Utility, I'm Stephen Anderson.